need God in your home. You need Christ in your community. You need Christ in your soul, in your own life. I tell you tonight, give your life to it. Yield to it. Choose Christ. And say with Joshua, as for me and my house, we will choose the Lord.
In March, Youth for Christ celebrated 75 years. This event was held at Birmingham Town Hall and it was so good. The atmosphere was incredible. My absolute highlight was being able to be on stage filming Shine Jesus Shine as Kendrick sang. Check it out. The next day we had staff conference. I went to a seminar on the metaverse and it blew my mind. It was so good. I felt like I learned so much and then nothing at all at the same time. Right after the seminar, me and a couple of friends went to Five Guys for lunch, and the whole way there, the walk there, the people who were in the seminar, we were like, and we learned this, and did you know this, and this happened, and the guy said this. Yeah, it was really cool. We also had worship. We had a few other talks from different people from Youth for Christ and friends of Youth for Christ. And although I was working, I was taking photos throughout and putting stuff on social media. It was a really nice time to just kind of sit back and get fed, I guess. It was good. I've been able to get quite creative in the office recently, which has been really fun. For Easter we wanted some non-promotional content, and so I drew these 3 images and then we put it online with some devotionals that was written by a guy who writes all of our thought for the day, which you can sign up by going here. I've also created a video for the year out, and I created a promo image for World Book Day. So it's been really nice to kind of not just be posting things, which is the usual part of my job, but to actually be creating it too. In April, I went to Spring Harvest Skegness and I led the creative arts in the 14s to 18s venue. It was really great and it just massively blew my expectations. We had planned for 250 young people and we had about 350. And my friend and colleague Alicia and I were running a tent at the back of the venue that young people could get involved in. We had colouring, drawing, writing letters to God. We had bracelet making and origami, and these kinds of activities I've generally seen about 3-5 young people come to it. Like, it's just not very well attended, and that was kind of my expectations. But through each session we had a minimum of 10 young people at one time, a maximum of about 25 young people all colouring. By the end of the week they were teaching each other how to do origami and like braiding each other's hair with the bracelet stuff. So that was incredible. I also ran daily workshops. So the first one was on expressing yourself through creative arts, and that had 80 young people come to it. And so I had to adapt my session quite a lot because I was expecting to have like 20 young people and we'd all sit on the table and we'd discuss what it looks like to express yourself through creative arts and what the Bible says about being creative, and I was going to share my story a bit, and then I had 80 young people turn up and I was like, okay, this isn't going to work, let's just do a quick introduction. I shouted it across these 80 young people, and then we just got creative instead. I didn't realise that I'd be doing a workshop every day, so that took a bit of quick thinking from Alicia and I. We did one activity where we had this huge roll of paper across the floor and young people could doodle, and it was actually really great to just see them making friends. Like, a couple of young people would sit in the groups that they came with, but quite a few young people made friends and got chatting this way. So yeah, that was really great. We had about like 40 to 60 young people come to the workshops on the rest of the days, so that was really amazing. I shared my testimony on stage in front of all 350 young people. I shared a poem. I kind of felt the atmosphere change, and I don't mean that in like a me, big-headed, egotistical kind of way. I mean in a way like I just felt God's presence as I read it. I remember taking a breath, and I just thought, wow, people are really listening to this. So yeah, that was a pretty incredible moment. I also got to chat with a young person in the prayer tent. She crumbled into me as she told me that she didn't want to live anymore. Ironically, her name means precious, and I got to speak those words over her. I got to tell her how precious she is, and how I don't even know her, but I'm desperate for her to live. And yeah, that was another really significant moment that I doubt I'll ever forget, being able to pray and chat with a young person going through so much. So yeah, it was an amazing time at Spring Harvest this year. Really huge highs, pretty emotional, all mixed in with being able to play like crazy golf and going out for drinks with friends. So yeah, a pretty incredible time.
So I walk into the building. Young lady over here, you killed my heart.
You might remember that in November I became full-time, and I got an extension on my job role. So Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays I work in the communications department. I'm digital communications coordinator. That was what I was hired to do. And then Thursdays and Fridays, the extension of my role, I work on 2 projects with the resources department that I can't tell you much about, so this next kind of segment might be a bit like a half story. But from what I can tell you, the first project is super exciting. It'll be coming out in autumn of this year. It's going to be this new resource thing. We've recently trialled it with churches, with youth groups across the UK. I've been able to do a couple with local churches, which has been really fun to do. Really great to see it. You know, I've been seeing it on screens, I've been writing it, and we've had loads of meetings about it, and we've had kind of like paper versions of it. So to see it printed is just, yeah, it's super cool. I've been co-project managing, so that's been a learning curve. There's been lots of admin for it, but yeah, it's been really, really great, and I've loved it, and I can't wait to tell you more about it. The second project that I can't tell you about, I can tell you that we're working with the Bible Society. I think it's going to include a lot more writing. It's super creative, but yeah, another project that I'm super excited about and can't wait to tell you more about. But yeah, I guess that's just like it's a good interlude into thanking you for personally supporting me, because I get to do such an incredible, fun job. You know, anything that you see posted on British Youth for Christ, I'm unlikely to have made it, but I get to post that, and I really love scheduling that. I really love looking at social media strategy, and then I get to spend the rest of my week creating and writing and working with just an amazing bunch of people. So thank you for enabling me to do that.